how does this happen? How does this happen? The U.S. loses an F-35, a fighter jet or whatever. Some guy, I don't know what, maybe there's some more information here that I don't have. But basically, I don't know why he had to eject, but he ejects. So this thing's just flying in ghost mode. No one has any idea where it is for like multiple days. Reported, you could, where do you get your reports now? Reportedly, they found wreckage in South Carolina, but there's also a brief couple of hours where people, conspiracy theorists, claimed that it landed in Cuba. So where are we at with this, and how do you lose this? Like you lose your wallet.
Well, did they find the guy who ejected?
I think they did. Yeah, I thought he was safe. I could
Okay.
be. Yeah. Right. This
Gotcha.
isn't like Malaysia Air, disappeared,
Yeah.
the island of Lost.
I was thinking, like, what if he was like a double agent,
Yeah.
like working for some other country in our military and or Air Force, and then just ejected and went off the grid just so he could make us lose like an expensive ass ship.
Yeah. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck that happens. Like, even my car that I just bought, like, has I mean, it's essentially an Apple AirTag where the
Yeah.
dealership is like, hey, if this ever gets stolen, like, just call us. It has a tracking device in it.
Yeah.
You
I
would
don't know how
fucking
that's a good
hundred
point. I don't
million
know.
dollar airplane, they'd have that.
Right. No kidding. I don't know how you go about jacking I guess a high tech car now. Like, I don't know how you go about stealing a car nowadays because everyone has like, yeah, their version of the AirTag. Do you guys have AirTags? I have one in my wallet. Finally,
I have
I
one in
could
my
have used
wallet.
this in
Yeah.
college.
Yeah.
On my keys and then in my luggage, I guess. But yeah, that's fire invention.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Dude, the plane thing though, I really hope that, and they'll never come out and say anything, like knowing the government and military, but I really hope that it was literally all gossip that we like actually lost it, and maybe like I'm picturing like some military guy shows up in a town and someone overhears him asking the sheriff about, and where'd you find the plane? And it
Yeah,
turns into they lost 80 billion.
small town America. Yeah, no
Right.
kidding. Um, yeah, I don't know how you lose this. What if it? And speaking of espionage, this is a recommendation from Tea with Jack D, and I recommend it as well because I just finished it. The Americans, which was all about how like Russia during the height of the Red Scare, like Russia literally instilled American old families, living in the United States just to commit random acts of espionage during the Cold War. Fantastic series. Yeah, so you never know. And I imagine espionage still goes on today, even though it's got to be harder in the age of social media. But I bet there's a way they could wipe that too. I bet there's a way they could keep that from the public if they had to,
Mhm.
just like they did Nick Chubb's leg injury on Monday Night Football. They didn't want to. You see that? What, they're not?
Yeah.
Of course, we're going to end up seeing it on social media. You might as well just fucking show it on the
Right.
broadcast.
Yeah, I
Yo,
know.
that dude's career's done though, right?
That was fucked.
We
Yeah.
we were just talking about, will you let your son play football? What, last week, 2 weeks ago? Jesus
Last week.
Christ. Last week. And then Nick, yeah, hey, casual leg snapping at half on Monday night. We're not going to show it to
Yeah.
you.
I was listening to Pardon My Take recently, and they had Dalvin Cook on there, and they're like,
Mhm.
are you gonna let your son play football? He's like, fuck no.
Yeah,
He was
no.
like, not only the injuries, but also we're not even getting paid much anymore. It's all the NBA players taking the money. He's like, he's gonna be in the NBA.
Like, just make a business decision,
Yeah.
like, what are you gonna, because you grew up, I try to remember what my dad was like, because I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna be on my son, so, hey, again, as he's swinging the golf club, but maybe I am, you don't know. But it's like I grew up. I don't think my dad ever pressured me to like play. First of all, my dad was super, as you all know, is super old. I remember when like I was still kind of a kid and I couldn't even go out and play with him in the backyard because, one, I would cook his ass, and two, he might break his ankle or some shit.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. Like, if you were thinking about it from a business standpoint, which now it is a business with NIL and all this shit too, right? Is like, would you, instead of, hey, you want to play football, hey, here's a basketball, let's go out and shoot hoops. You would
Yeah.
kind of like coach specifically. But yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe the NFL will
I
adapt by making more and more money. But yeah, the run, it's,
True.
it's like almost not worth it whatsoever to be a running back nowadays.
No. Not at all.
All right, here we go. Thank you, Porter. I've got an update on that prison escape. Uh, I might need a little bit of filler, but you guys know what I'm talking about here. That guy that I think we talked about it 2 weeks ago. The guy that had that crazy ass way of escaping from prison where he was like, self ninjaing himself out of the prison and then ran away and was on the loose for weeks, if not a month.
And they caught him. Yeah, right.
And they caught him. Holy shit. The New York Times came out with an article. I don't know how they got all this detail, but it was it was a great read. I have some details on basically what this guy had to do. So he was like breaking into homes, one to eat, because he went like, he has no money. He can't go to McDonald's, He's stealing rations, and he apparently like was going hungry for like 3 days. He's sleeping during the day, moving during night. Like I was fascinated with this guy. He was, while breaking into homes, he was changing boots to disguise his fucking tracks.
Like, that's smart.
Yeah.
Actually, a ton of criminals get caught via footprint, like your shoe print. And so that's so, he knows the game.
He knows the game. He was, and it was literally like the show Prison Break. They set up the perimeter, right? And then like he somehow got out of the perimeter. And then he was probably gone. I read that he was hoping to go to Canada or Puerto Rico, but then the trail camera picks him up and they realize, oh shit, he's outside our perimeter. This is all near Pittsburgh, maybe Philly. I think it's Philly. So they expand the perimeter, and then he gets picked up. He gets subdued by this dog I think it said in the woods near a Dick's Sporting Goods, or maybe it was a Kohl's. Like, and if you've been out east, you kind of know there's a lot more woods, like the wooded area, and then a shopping mall. And just imagine like a huge police chase there. But they got to have a documentary or a show about this guy because that was fascinating.
Yeah. Dude, I don't even know how that happens anymore.
I know.
Because security's so tight now, you would think. I don't know. That's crazy. He could
this guy's like literally like Jason Bourne. Like just the fact that he was able to do that for multiple weeks is crazy.
They should release him out of prison on the agreement that he has to like work for the military and be like, if you're
he should be a spy. We should
turn
him. Yeah, we should turn him into an agent.
Yeah,
this guy's talents can't just rot away in prison. He murdered someone. I think he's probably I think he did murder someone. Okay, so this isn't it's a topic that came out of the world of sports last night, but I think it resonates with the general public. Maybe because it might be a little bit crazy. Yusei Kikuchi, I believe he's a Japanese-born pitcher who's with the Toronto Blue Jays. So he leaves his start, right? He's got cramps. But the reason he gave voluntarily for why he thinks he got the cramps and why he'll be all right is kind of odd and went a little bit viral. He says the reason he thought he was cramping and will be fine is because he only got 11 hours of sleep the night before as opposed to his usual nightly 14.
Dude, is this the guy they always interview who doesn't speak great English?
Well, are you thinking of Shohei Ohtani maybe?
No.
Oh, okay.
This guy's funny. He's like, he used to speak. He has the like famous interview where he's like, "I always eat banana." He's like, "Monkey eat banana, monkey never cramp."
Maybe that is him. I'm sorry. No, is he with Seattle? Yeah, he was with Seattle. Now he's currently with Toronto. Yeah, here we go.
I don't know if that's him or not. I'm pretty sure it's him. He's a pretty fucking funny guy.
But like, first of all, I love some sleep. I feel like, I don't know, some people can't physically sleep that long, right? Like their body's trained to it.
I'm like a 6-7 hour person max. And
really?
That blows my mind because he had 6 hours on the back of his first 8.
The comments were like, I don't think I'm averaging 14 hours over my last week. People were like ripping this dude. It's interesting. So it's like, he literally, it's almost like first of all, that's 14 hours. That's more than half your day of sleep, which is like, okay, come on.
That's gotta be an exaggeration.
Dude, it has to be, but I don't even know because he said he goes to bed at 11 every night. First of all, bro, you got to get some late night something in. And then he wakes up at 1 p.m. because he's the baseball player.
Doesn't his team have fucking like weight training in the morning or some shit?
Dude, baseball in season, you literally just have to show up at like 3 o'clock.
Really?
Like, and then you take batting practice because there's so many games on a daily basis.
Yeah.
You literally, so your day is like from 3 o'clock and then you get home at 10, 11.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it makes sense, but yeah, this guy's literally just sleeping hard.
That's wild.
Yeah,
If
that
that's
was
true.
funny to me. So Elon hosted this like how did this dude literally should be, he can't be the president, but he is the president. He had a chat with Israel's prime minister or something on X live as one of those big things. So he's just, I don't know, it was a meeting of minds. I think they were supposed to talk about AI, but what came out of that was Elon kind of slipped out that, or maybe it was purposeful because he's trial ballooning it as he does with so many things, that he's going to put the entirety of Twitter behind a paywall.
I saw that.
It's coming.
You think?
Like I think so. We heard that you had to pay for a blue check and then we didn't, and then it came. We're hearing this now. I think it's coming. And it's like, holy shit. One, that's such a smart business move. He saw Twitter that they were trying to sell it, and he knew immediately this is a thing I could turn profitable, and that would turn it profitable. Because look how many people already pay for the blue check mark. And now if you just, that'll be a new tier. And the tier below is just to use Twitter. Now, Alex, you rarely use Twitter, so you're thinking like, hey, whatever. But I'm thinking like Schefter, and maybe ESPN will pay for it. Like, there's an industry on Twitter that is going to be
I get the
scrambling.
majority of my news.
Bingo. I would have to pay for it.
Yeah, I think it's just like your Apple iPhone. It started with a $200 thing, exclusive thing with AT&T. Now we can't live without this $1,400 device every year.
Every year. Yeah. The iOS update. Download your fucking, did we get it? Isn't it something cool? I haven't downloaded it yet, I don't think.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
I do need a new fucking phone. I gotta tell you, this thing's battery life is zap. Meanwhile, my dad, I think, still has the fucking iPhone 1. Yeah, so I just think it's coming. I think it's going to piss a lot of people off. I think it's a smart business move, and I think he's going to make a lot of money because a lot of people are going to end up paying for it, and I probably begrudgingly will be one of them.
Well, and here, let me ask you.
But I haven't done the blue check yet.
Do you subscribe to any of, like, you pay for any, like, news journaling now?
I don't. No, I don't.
Oh, I guess I do for the New York Times. Yeah, that's
okay.
Yeah.
So then now you can cancel that probably, and just like maybe that will feed more business.
Honestly, it is kind of stupid that if I have both.
But like maybe that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna then go to those people and say, hey, you can now be on my platform. I already have them. Like, I don't know. I just think he's also winning more business.
Them.
Yeah,
right.
I think that just like our streaming services now.
But we've also, and it keeps coming up because we talked about, is he's trying to turn it into like the WeChat or whatever, or like what China has, that all-in-one thing where it's like Venmo, your news, your chat, your phone calls. He's brilliant. Few things were as heartwarming that I saw this weekend, and then good old for the boys fun Offset and Kai Cenat's sleepover. Did you guys see this fucking?
What?
So Kai Cenat's like the streamer.
I saw clips of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not on Twitch, but I believe me, TikTok finds its way to get these clips to me.
Yes.
So he has this 24-hour stream with Offset. I think it's so cool that you get to see like this unfiltered look at 21 Savage, and all these guys. And for some things I found funny. Offset brings a backpack over and literally pulls out his PS5, and they're just playing 2K. And like Offset there was one clip where Offset was so high he just randomly logged himself out of the game. If you saw that, they were just vibing. He's literally texting Kai the next day saying that he needed that in his life.
You see his tweet?
What was it?
Offset tweeted like, "This was the most fun weekend I've had in so long," something like that. He was also at the Colorado game as well.
Yeah, I know he pulled up to that after.
Yeah.
Last thing, because I do have a question about this too, but the last thing I found funny was that because it was a 24-hour stream. I don't know why, who was watching that for 24 hours. But hey, it's a business too. The private chef is just literally getting paid to cook the breakfast as they're passed out.
As they're asleep on like an air mattress.
And his roommates come over and just like gank all the food. So was this Cap, or was he like, did Nicki Minaj's boyfriend like pull up as an op? And did you see
What?
this?
No.
Apparently,
Yeah, I heard about this.
like Nicki Minaj's boyfriend is like has beef with Offset, and the night he was at Kai's, he was like staking out his apartment.
Wow, I did not hear this.
Yeah,
That's wild though.
so maybe
Apparently,
do
Nicki Minaj's boyfriend is a loser though.
right, and he's like an ex-rapist, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I don't know, but I thought it was a win for Offset. I mean, yeah,
yeah.
he lost what, a family member, right, in Takeoff. So I can imagine he needed some, something to switch up what he's been going through.
Right.
Yeah, and that's all I had. So good to be back here on Winging It. We'll get some substitute tea, be short and sweet here, get everyone out of here.
Yeah, the first thing I had, which I brought up in our group chat today, and was the Adin Ross hosting Kim Jong Un tonight on Kick. Apparently,
Yeah, yeah.
Am I
think
gonna have to
that's set
download Kick for this
I think
exclusively?
that's set to start. I think he said 7:30 or 7:45 Eastern time, so like a little less than an hour. Dude, I don't know. I mean, there's clips of him saying, yeah, I'm having him on. There's also clips of him saying that, like, yeah, the US government has been reaching out to me, telling me not to do it.
He goes,
I
I don't
like
think it
it's
was Joe, but it was like, could you imagine if that comes across Joe Biden's desk? You have to
Yeah.
call this Twitch streamer because he's got the
Yeah.
he's got the leader of North Korea coming on Kick.
Yeah, those words would like make him spontaneously combust or something. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think it is like a publicity thing. I don't think the real Kim Jong Un is going to be on there tonight, but we'll
I don't
see.
think he knows how to use a webcam.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, a lot of people are saying that apparently there was some North Korean hackers who stole like $49 million from Stake.
okay.
So people are saying that Kim Jong Un is coming on to discuss that because Adin Ross has a big sponsorship from Stake.
Right, he's their like
Something-
spokesperson.
Something
without
along
being-
those lines.
Well,
I don't know. Who fucking knows? But I am interested to see what
I can't wait till those clips hit my timeline.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even know what to expect.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you guys saw Tory Lane's mugshot come out today. Dude looks rough.
Yeah, that's tough. What is he? He's looking at 15 years or something, right? 10.
And I think that like he's getting credit for time served already of like 300 something
Because he's
days.
been held. Yeah.
Yeah, so almost a year, but that's fucking wild. I mean, he's basically got 9 more years left,
Yeah.
which sucks for him. Also, another big deal regarding Adin Ross was, I don't know if you saw, Megan Thee Stallion posted that twerking video on TikTok that blew up.
I did not.
He commented on it and was like, "No one cares, free Tory," or
Oh,
something.
wow.
Yeah.
And he got a bunch of backlash for that. And then he went on stream saying, like, "I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Cancel if you want to. I don't fucking care." Blah blah blah.
Tory did shoot her
then-
though.
What?
I mean, he did shoot her.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
like,
I don't know
if
much
that's a
about the
good
case,
take.
but
Yeah.
he went on stream and was like, "I don't give a fuck. Cancel me." He's like, "There's literally no evidence against him." Blah blah blah.
Oh, maybe, yeah, maybe I don't know
I
the
don't
case
know.
either.
I could not tell you whether there is or isn't evidence. I
Yeah,
really haven't
Sure.
looked
Who
at the
knows?
case at all. But yeah, unfortunately, that was really the only tea I had. I got a little bit tied up at work.
Yeah, no worries. We weren't even going to do. I think we're going to be off next week because I have a hectic work schedule, but I wanted to fit this in. This broke today, but there's still a lot of questions around. I thought it was fun. It's funny how the internet works. So, what the fuck is going on with the Chicago Bears today? Are you seeing this shit?
Yeah. What?
About Justin Fields?
No,
No.
so like their defensive coordinator resigns, and then apparently the reason he resigns is because, and this is where the rumor mill kind of took off, the FBI raided his home. So so the FBI raids his home, and then he sends in his message, "I resign," on on a fucking Wednesday after another Bears loss. And then so I think that is true. That in its fact is this dude's resigned. He definitely did do that. And his house got raided by the FBI. Where this took a left turn is people said that former Bear Charles Peanut Tillman, who is an FBI agent, tipped off the fucking Bears front office or something. Apparently that is not the case. And then they also said that this other coach had his house raided too. Apparently that's not the case, and like they say it's sensitive material. Like I'm thinking like child porn shit, but
That's what
weird fucking
me
crap. And who knows what to trust, but that was kind of took social media by storm today.
That's wild. I have not seen that yet.
Yeah. That's that organization, man. Yo.
Yeah.
Well, and then Justin Fields comes out and says it's a coaching problem, and then bam.
yeah. This guy's and
Yeah.
apparently, like, and this could have been Cap too. Like the head coach is crying when he gets the phone call that one of his coaches is being raided. Like, how did this happen? This guy's a weird dude. Matt Eber. Okay, so good to be back here on Winging It, short and sweet. And Alex, for Brendan, I'm Dylan. We'll talk to you in 2 weeks. Check us out. Did you guys like my football call this morning?
Yes, that was awesome.
It was good.
Have you seen that guy on TikTok who was like, "That's where I stole. It's my dream."
And he's
to
terrible.
Be. He's
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah.
Messi comes into the box. The comments are like, "Messi, what?" It's good stuff. So check that out if you haven't seen it. All right, we'll talk to you guys in 2 weeks because I'm calling football next week.